What's up everybody, welcome to a new YouTube video. I thought it would be very interesting to show you and to share with you how I do meal prep for a client. So let's get into it. I first of all begin with sending a proposal of the menu to the client, and if they approve, I write down the menu on the weekly meal planner. So I usually have two. One, the colorful one, is for the client, and the black and white one is mine, which I keep with me at all times throughout the week. The client's menu, the client's planner has meals for every day. It's just a menu. So it's ugali, eggs and burger for today. Today is Monday. And then we have rice and beans tomorrow. And then garlic naan and chicken curry and cabbage on Wednesday. Thursday we have matoke, beef and spinach. And Friday we have potato wedges, sausage and salad. So what I do for the client is I write the menu items and then I write the groceries I will need for that. I've not written this. I've not written for this week's because I've not gone to the client's house to see what they have in their pantry and their fridge. So I will do that once I get there. But I also have my meal planner as well. So on my meal planner, I will write the menu items similar to this one, but I will also write how I'm going to cook it. For instance, rice. How are you going to cook the rice? We're going to cook coconut rice. I put that down there so that when I go there, I'm not thinking about what kind of recipe, what the recipe is going to be. I already have it mapped out. So I'm doing my meal prep now. As you've seen, I've just done ugali, and we're just doing that with the eggs. She said she doesn't want burgers, so we're going to do ugali and eggs. I am almost done chopping up these ingredients. I literally just keep this here so that cleanup is easy, so I don't have to clean up the counters after I am done. Yeah. It is so dark in here. It's literally about rain. I'm cooking this as fast as possible so I don't get rained on. Today's recipe was it's a really simple recipe, so there's not much cleanup. There are days when the dishes are so many, like when you are making garlic naan, so many vyombos, but today's dishes are not too many, so I'm getting that done now and then I head home. Hopefully the rain will let up kidogo. Guys, this is the final result. Scrambled eggs with tomatoes and green peppers and onions with a bit of chicken masala and ugali that burnt a little bit over here, just a little. So yeah, as basic as meals get. Yeah. The lighting isn't great because it's really dark outside, but here's the rice. It's boiling. It's cumin rice, and here are the beans. which are not very well cooked. So I'll just cover this. Then we'll look for another. And we cover this all the way through so that it doesn't pour out. So for my cinnamon beans recipe, of course we have cinnamon, we have ginger and garlic. These are the spices we'll use, and as well, and salt as well, and that's all. And then we have tomatoes, onion, and carrots. Carrots are really essential in this recipe. And then I have dhania here because we're going to use these for the kachumbari. Oh, we're going to use nini as well, black peppercorns. So yeah, let's chop this up and then I show you how I cook my cinnamon beans. So for the beans, you might want to begin with frying off the onions until they're golden brown, and then you add in the other ingredients, that is the tomatoes, carrots, garlic, ginger, peppercorns, and salt. Cook this down for about 5 minutes or until the tomatoes are stewed, and then add in your beans, and then cook this down for about 5 more minutes. And then after those 5 minutes are done, then add in your cinnamon. So my rule of thumb is to add in enough cinnamon to cover the top of the beans. I usually add cardamom as well, which I did here, and then I let that cook down for about 5 more minutes to just let the flavors melt, and then I add in some water. So the water you'll add in is not too much, just enough to cover the top of the beans, and then you let the mixture come up to a boil until the soup thickens, and then you can adjust seasoning and you're done. Hi everybody, how you doing? So today is Thursday. The last time you saw, the last update you saw was Tuesday. This is why. Tuesday you saw I was holding the camera as I was cooking and it was very hectic. It's because I forgot the tripod, which is this here. I forgot to carry the tripod. Yesterday, which was Wednesday, I had the dopest meal planned on the meal prep menu. It was garlic naan and chicken curry, and I planned to do a reel as well. Guess what happened? I forgot the phone and carried the tripod. Classic. So I didn't get to film the recipe. I didn't take any pictures. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cook garlic naan. At the end of this video, I'm going to shoot myself making garlic naan. I'm gonna make it together, yeah, so that I show you how I do it. It's one of my favorite things to have, and it's really simple and easy. So this is what we're going to cook today. It's matoke, beef, and spinach, and I have the ingredients here. This is my tripod bag. I have the ingredients here. So we're gonna cook it together. I think this means she wants pili-pili. I think so. So I usually like to take out everything I'm cooking with first, so that I have everything in mind, so that I also jipanga with what is going first. Okay, it's a beef and matoke. So we're gonna boil the beef first, so that we make sure that it's soft. And yeah, we boil the beef. We will boil the beef first, and as the the boil is beefing, the beef is boiling. I'm gonna prepare the spinach as well. Just wash them and cut them, and then when the beef is soft, we're gonna cook the matoke. I'm gonna cook it in a Tumbukiza style way because my mom cooks it like that, and it turns out amazing every time. So normally I will cut this spinach with a knife, but because I just want them big, I just cut them like this with my hand because I'm going to steam them, and then they're going to just shrink inside. So I just cut them like this, just into big pieces because they'll shrink anyway, so hakuna haja ya kukata na kisu like that. And then one big tip when you're buying spinach from the market is to make sure you clean it as thoroughly as possible. If you've been to Marikiti, the market in town, in CBD, you've seen the way the produce there is treated, and considering most of the produce that we buy from our markets, in the outskirts of Nairobi is from there, you will make sure that your produce is clean. So this is how I'm just going to add some water. Let's steam it for a bit and then cook it. So the next thing we're doing is to peel the matoke. Now, I know people don't like to peel matoke because of the liquid from the matoke stains your hands. And the tip I have for you is put fat on your hands, like Vaseline. I have a very big jar of petroleum jelly. I just put it on my hands, and then the jelly on my hands stops the liquid from the matoke from sticking on my hands. Yes, you do get a little, but it's not as stained as if you had not put in any petroleum jelly. So I put a really generous layer because I do not like that liquid. So yeah, that's my tip. If you have another tip of how to peel matoke and have the liquid not stick on your hands, please share it below, because I think that's a good tip to have, because many people do not like to peel matoke because of that water. The other alternative would be you boil the matoke whole, and then you peel them after, but this will not work for the recipe I'm doing. So I'm going the petroleum jelly way. I'm done. Look at my hands. Literally no stain, just this piece of a bit of black over here, but they're clean. And then I've just taken out the spinach. This is what it looks like. You want to sort of not boil it, but cook it to the point at which it's wilting, but it's not cooked all the way. Yeah, because we're going to cook this in milk. So, as I've said, this matoke is going to be a Tumbukiza style matoke. That's why I have all the ingredients here together. I've mixed the onions and the nyanya, the carrots together. We're gonna add in everything and boil it pamoja. That's the plan. The beef is soft enough. I've already boiled it, so it's soft enough. So now what I'm going to do is just brown it kidogo in some oil, just kidogo in some oil, and then add in the ingredients and then the broth back into the into the beef, and then it all cooks together, pole pole, plus together with the spices. can definitely skip this part. I'm just doing it for flavor purposes. But if you're on a low fat diet, this will be a great recipe. That's what it looks like. Then you add in the broth. You basically chemsha it until everything is cooked through. I might add in some water so that it doesn't thicken too much, but that's basically it. Just a bit. Oh, it's too high. So we're going to cook it in onions and with coconut oil, and then we'll add a bit of milk, and that's it. It will be good. You should ideally use a lot of onions for this, but I don't really want to cut another onion, so I'll just use this. This has been cooking for about 1.5 minutes. So now we add some milk. Not too much, just enough that will cover the spinach. Spinach is done. This is what the Tumbukiza is looking like. See, all the ingredients have cooked down. Now we're looking for the Matoke should be cooked through. I'm just giving it a few more minutes and then it will be done. So this is what we are looking for, that the fork actually goes through the Matoke. See? It tells me that it's done. So the last step I'm going to make is to put in dania. I've tasted it and it tastes good. So one tip I will have for you, if you're cooking something that is in a stew, for instance like beef or potatoes, and it's in some sort of liquid, if you want to taste what the flavor profile is like if it has enough salt, what you do is you taste the liquid to make sure that it has enough salt. You don't taste like, for this for instance, you don't taste the Matoke, you taste the liquid. It will give you a more accurate result of what you're working with and whether you need to add or reduce the salt. Yeah. So now for tomorrow's menu we have, this is tomorrow's menu. We have potato wedges and sausage and a salad. So what I like to do when I'm cooking wedges is to just prepare early. So I want to prepare the potatoes and then I leave them in, I want to peel them, cut them into wedges, and then I leave them in salt water so that they absorb the gorgeous flavors of that brine. And then when I cook them tomorrow, I won't need to salt them as much. and then I won't use up too much time because tomorrow I have some things to do in the evening. I won't have to use up so much time peeling and preparing the potatoes again. Hello everyone, happy Friday. Today is we're making the last meal, the last full meal obviously, and it's been a wonderful week. I wish I had filmed every meal, especially Wednesday's meal. It was such a dope meal. I wished I could eat a meal for myself, but it's our too. I hope she enjoyed it. So today we are cooking wedges, sausage and a salad. Pretty simple meal. So let's get right into it so that we get it done. Yesterday you saw me put some salt into the water, and I just left this in the fridge. So I think by now they've absorbed the salt. They are salty. So I'll just parboil this with this water. I won't change the water so that they do not stop being salty. And then we'll just do a quick job of deep frying them. So as I set everything up, just parboil this. I have actually just thought to do a different salad, because there's some what is all this light? Because there's seriously, because there's cabbage in the fridge, I thought to make a salad with this cabbage instead of doing like a kachumbari style salad. So that's with nyanya. So I'll use this cabbage, these carrots, there's onions, and there's green bell peppers, and then the dressing will be just a sweet dressing with vinegar, sugar, and just a bit of oil. I will show it to you just a bit. So for the potatoes, you want to make sure that they come up to a boil, but you also don't want to overcook them, because if you overcook them, then when you're cooking them in the oil, they will disintegrate and burn. So you don't want to overcook them. So I'm keeping an eye on this as I do this, but in the meantime, let me just prep everything and then we'll get going. So for every batch of potatoes I take out of the heat, I add some onions, because the flavor from the onions, oh my gosh, you can't see, but the flavor that the onions gives is incredible. And don't worry about the onions being raw, they will cook in the heat. You just need to cover the potatoes and the onions will sort of cook, and then they give off the oniony aroma. Yeah, so just cover this. All the days I've worked here, today is the first day I've realized that the light actually works. I didn't know. So I've unfortunately burnt a few of the wedges. Okay, they're edible, but they're a bit too brown for me. So I'll put this aside. The sausages are basically done. It's actually done. We turn that off. I am watching the next batch like a hawk so that they don't burn as well. I'm scared that they will burn. I think they burn because I'm doing a lot of multitasking, so I'm just going to keep an eye on this, and then when they're done I'll finish cleaning, because I just want to clean up the utensils I've used and then go home. But here is the one. Here is the slaw. I've decided to go with a slaw. So there's green bell pepper, there's carrots, cabbage, and pickled onions, and then I'm going to pickle that. I'm going to do a sweet pickle of this with, vinegar and sugar, and it's that simple. I'll show you how I do it. Pour it over the slaw. That's it. You just mix it in and let it sit for a while so that it absorbs the pickling liquid. It's generally going to taste sweet and vinegary. So, final result: sausage, wedges, sweet pickled slaw. Amazing. We are done. So guys, we've come to the end of the video. I'm very glad that you've come to this point. I've really enjoyed filming this video. I think the videos I enjoy the most are the videos in which I am cooking. That's why in every one of my videos there's some form of cooking, because I am always cooking something. I've really enjoyed filming this, and I hope you've learned something from me filming this, because I was trying to make sure as much as possible in every meal, however simple it is, to give a tip or a trick, or something you could use in the kitchen while making whatever particular ingredient or whatever particular meal it is. I am very grateful that you're here. As I promised though, this is not going to be the last clip in this video. I'm going to share with you my garlic flatbread recipe, because I didn't get to share it on Wednesday, so look out for that. Otherwise, thank you so very much for being here. Actually, if you're not subscribed, subscribe right now. There's a lot of amazing content coming your way, and seeing you subscribed and actually interacting with my content tells me to keep going and to keep improving and to keep working on this channel and on my content. Kindly subscribe, kindly shoot me a like and a comment down below if you've learned something, or if you have a question like on any one of the ingredients or any one of the things that I talked about in the video. Kindly write it down below. Otherwise, thank you so very much for watching this video. As always, thank you. Good night. Have a lovely week ahead. Mwah.